Thank you so much, Steph. A stark warning from the province as COVID-19 cases continue to soar. New pandemic measures will be rolling out in Toronto, York and Peel regions. A frustrated Premier Ford says we can expect the announcement tomorrow.
Right now, we're staring down the barrel of another lockdown in these regions. We got to knuckle down. Simple as that. And I just see it out there. Some people are just throwing up their hands and saying, oh, if I get it, I get it. That doesn't cut it anymore.
The warning comes as Ontario reported 1,417 new cases of the virus and 32 new deaths yesterday, including 463 cases in Peel, 410 in Toronto, 178 in York. Toronto's top doctor now says this is the time for action.
Suffice it to say that we've had active discussions with our provincial colleagues and counterparts, and as well active discussions with local public health authorities from all around the province, looking at exactly the kinds of restrictions or enhanced measures.
The city has reportedly made recommendations to the province that are under consideration. So what does that look like? Make sure you stay tuned. Mayor John Tory will be joining me for an update, and that is coming up just after 7 o'clock. Now, after floating the idea of an extended winter school break to curb the spread of COVID, the province has decided that it won't be necessary.
Mr. Speaker, according to the Chief Medical Officer of Health and leading medical experts across this country, schools in this province are safe.
Education Minister Stephen Lecce also saying in a statement that his panel of experts have determined that an extended break is not necessary given Ontario's strong safety protocols, low levels of transmission, and safety within our schools. He adds that schools have been remarkably successful at minimizing outbreaks. But do you agree? Coming up here at 6:30, I'll be speaking with a Toronto teacher and a parent who's going to be sharing his experience about what this has all been like. Now, Ontario's education system is also marking its first COVID-related death, a staff member within the Toronto Catholic District School Board. The union representing public employees confirming the news. The TCDSB says the woman worked at St. Francis de Sales Catholic School near Jane and Finch in Toronto's northwest corner, which has some of the highest rates of COVID in the city. According to the board, the school has 2 confirmed cases of the virus, 1 staff member and 1 student. Let's look to long-term care now. The virus is taking its toll at Fudger House. This is near Wellesley and Sherbourne. 37 residents currently have COVID, along with 19 active cases among staff. More than 100 have been infected over the last month. That is nearly half of all residents. And now we're going to take you live to Mississauga. This is where Tyndall Seniors Village Nursing Home is. It has seen over 170 COVID cases between residents and staff since an outbreak began 2 weeks ago. Currently, there are close to 90 active cases, 18 of those patients that are hospitalized, while over 80 have recovered since the outbreak first took hold. No deaths have been confirmed. The border between Canada and the U.S. is expected to remain closed until well into December. There are unconfirmed reports from federal sources in Ottawa that closure that was expected to end tomorrow will be extended another 30 days. Visits such as vacations, day trips, and cross-border shopping excursions have not been allowed since March in an effort to limit the spread of COVID. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau had said previously that the border won't reopen until there's evidence that the pandemic is slowing in the U.S. All right, let's get to our streets now. A woman is dead after a stabbing in the city's West End. Now, this happened in the vicinity of the Jolly Bar, which is at Bloor and Shaw, just east of Ossington, around 5 o'clock last night. The woman was pronounced dead at the scene. She was reportedly involved in an altercation with a man who was also injured. He was taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say the man has been arrested. So far, no word on charges. And police have broken up a violent gang in Mississauga and Brampton linked to drugs and murder. The 14-month-long investigation, dubbed Project Siphon, 88 people have been arrested. More than 800 charges are expected to be laid after a multi-force investigation into the gang. 35 firearms have been seized, as well as $1.4 million in cash, nearly $2 million in illegal drugs. Peel police say the gang is linked to multiple homicides, including the death of 17-year-old Jonathan Davis, who was killed when shots were fired at a parkette in Malton in September of 2019. And in the GTA, police investigating after 2 incidents of dog napping that appear to be linked. In both, the targets were Maltese poodles. So this was around 5 o'clock yesterday. A man met 2 potential buyers at Lakeshore West and Lorne Park in Mississauga when one of the men pulled a gun and took a 9-week-old puppy and fled. And here's a picture of that puppy. No one was injured, but York Regional Police reporting a similar attempted abduction that took place about an hour earlier near Highways 409, but no weapon was seen there and no dog was taken. So if you recognize this dog at all, or if you have any information, please, you are asked to contact police.